Today's video is going to be done in my kitchen because why not? So I went to Best Buy because I want to improve my lighting and the sound. So let's take that receipt out of there. You don't need to know how much I paid for this stuff. So this is supposed to be a really nice panel to put on the top. And this will fit, like, it's supposed to fit like a normal camera mount. I forget what you call that kind of mount for flashes and stuff. But that Rode Pro case that I have for my GoPro has that same style mount. So this should fit on there. And then I have another thing here. And I just bought this kit because it kind of came with all these things I could use. So when I'm using my phone, it has a bracket that also has a similar mount. And then I have this light, which I heard is pretty good, but this light is way better. But one of the things I've been really wanting to get is this microphone, and I couldn't find just the microphone. I could only find it in this kit. And I'm like, well, I could do for a tripod, flexible legs, and this little holder seems pretty nice. And there's even a remote, so I'm assuming that will sync with my phone and I can turn videos on and off or whatever. Anyway, so let's take this stuff out and take a closer look at it, and then let's put it to use, probably down in my shop where the lighting is terrible. And if I have time, I'll run outside, it's kind of windy, and test this mic and see if the sound is even better. One of the issues I have is you can hear me breathing all the time, and I just kind of want to figure out how to prevent that, because it kind of sucks to have me, breathing into the mic all the time in my videos. So anyway, let's take a look. Windy again. Love this trail. Woo. Try not to overshoot some of these this time. Here we go, Chad. Oh yes. Can't believe I just did that. So the first thing that I'm looking at is this Lume Cube Panel Go. So it looks like it's even got like some kind of sensor on the back, or maybe that's not solar, is it? Interesting. So I'll find out more about this, but what's kind of neat is it's got this cover, which is nice because then you can carry it with you, and the light's underneath there. And of course, I should probably take this out of the box, put my phone in there so I can show you this. Hey, that's a brilliant idea. Let's do it. So just kind of showing you the box here so you can see what it is. Sunpak Creator Vlogging Kit. And I'm taking it out of here. So what I'm going to do is, realizing that I just now have this, I'm going to set this up and then go ahead and continue with this video and see how that works. So it's a pretty simple cell phone holder. Goes on these legs. This is your standard little threaded camera mount that you'll see on pretty much every tripod out there. And then up here is where these lights can mount, whether it's this one that came with it or this other one will slide right on there and mount to it. So I'll go ahead and set this up with the phone, and then we'll continue. So now we have this big mess, and I don't have a light on there yet. I probably have to charge these first. Or this one actually looks like it takes a battery. That one you can charge with USB. Take some AA's. So actually what I'll do is I'll throw some AA's in there, put the light on here, which is right above the cell phone where you're coming from, and we'll see how this works. Okay, so here we go. We're going to turn this thing on. See how much better the lighting is. And it has actually, you can go dim or you can go brighter. So this is its brightest setting. It definitely seems to help get this like straight. Definitely seems to help, like make this stuff look brighter. Here's the remote. I'm probably not even going to use this thing. We'll see, but that's not important. And then it came with a microphone. Here it is, and there's probably a little fuzzy top for it somewhere here. Yep, and all the bits. So I'll test this out and let you know how that works, but I'm hoping that this with my Rode wireless system will work well. Oh yeah, those things, freshness packets. So we'll put this aside. There is a little pouch for it here, which I like. Then we'll get all this plastic out of the way. Clean all this stuff, put it over there, mic over there, and then we'll take a look at this thing. This is was actually pretty spendy. I want to say it was over $100, and this is a light to go on top, but it's supposed to be a lot brighter, and it appears that I have to take this off to get the mount off of it. And again, this looks like it has the standard kind of thread for mounting on a tripod. So I bet you if I wanted to use this light on a tripod, you know, somewhere else at a different angle, I could. Just kind of slick, so it seems versatile. It's got angle here, and then this is again the typical mount you would use to put it on top of either a DSLR style camera or that cool GoPro mount that I have for the Rode Pro system. So I should just go grab that and show it to you and kind of show you the overall thing. And then I'll plug this in and charge it, and then we'll test it out. But I'm pretty excited about this because I feel like, especially in my workshop, if you look at some of my recent videos, I just really struggle with getting good lighting, and I kind of want people to see what I'm doing, like if I'm installing a dropper post or working on my BMX bike or whatever, and I want to do a video about it. My shop doesn't have very good lighting, so I'm hoping that having some lights like this will really improve the quality of my videos. Let's go look at that case. I'll kind of just talk about the system that I'm developing here just to improve the quality of my channel and the videos. And for some of you who are come on here for biking content, all this crap might bore you, and you probably don't even want to watch this whole video, which is fine. But for those that are interested in the equipment I use and kind of how I'm evolving my channel to try to improve the quality, I'm just, you know, you're with me during this process, which I think is kind of cool. So let me go grab that stuff. Be right back. Okay, so this is the GoPro. This is just a Hero 7. Put that down. And then here's the kit. So if I take this stuff off of here, you can kind of see what it looks like when I get it. And I don't like Ulanzi, I guess that's what that says. So I bought this, which comes with this backing. So basically the GoPro goes in here. The backing goes on there, and so now the GoPro's encased in there, and then I can just kind of build this whole unit. So this is the thing. It's actually a GoPro converter to go from USB Type-C to either another USB Type-C, which I don't know why you do that, or the 3.5 millimeter jack, which is what I do use. So you basically plug this in this way. So the cable goes through, and then this goes into the side of the GoPro. And now when I plug in this jack, I can go with the Rode wireless setup. So this is the receiver end, and this is the mic end. And so this is what I will wear on my body. But what happens, and what's been happening, is this microphone's really sensitive. And I've been trying to play around with it. But one of the things that bothers me is that it really enhances my breathing. It sounds like I'm about to have a heart attack half the time. So, and that's really not the case. I'm not breathing heavy half the time, and I hear my breath in there like really loud. And I'm like, wow, that's a sensitive mic. So what I want to do is, this actually has a 3.5 millimeter jack. So what I can do is I can clip this. Let's angle down here a little bit, down like onto my pants or something. And then I can wire the microphone, I'm not sure if you can see that in the phone, underneath my shirt, and then just do the little clip lavalier mic, they call it, on my shirt. I'm actually very new to all of this stuff, and I'm kind of having fun with it. So, because I am totally a geek and I love technology and cameras and things like that. So this is fun for me to do, but I don't always know the names of everything. But I like this wireless setup because then I can be away from the camera and you'll hear my voice much clearer rather than just using the GoPro mic from a distance. And I'm, you know, some of my older videos, you can see I live on a highway and it's like really loud hearing the highway sound. With this setup, you can't hear the highway as much and you can hear me much better. So that's where I'm at with this. But what's kind of cool, and I haven't really figured it out, I mean, this does have a clip on it, is if I do mount like a light on here, then where is my Rode Pro thing gonna go? But it's just a receiver and it has a clip, so I'm like, heck, this thing could even just clip to the wire like that, right? Like, it's really cool. And then I can mount this light on top of my GoPro, and now all of a sudden I have this full-on setup. So if I'm doing this and I'm down in my workshop, apparently this has to be tightened somehow. Oh, it just needs to be threaded on there. And then, all kinds of adjustments. So it's pretty cool, very flexible. So with this setup, now if I'm down filming and I'm like holding the camera and filming my bikes and stuff like that, especially when I'm doing repairs, or sometimes I use a tripod like the one I'm using right here. I do have GoPro mounts that will go on this tripod. I can mount this on the tripod, and the filming quality or the video quality will just be a lot better because you'll have this light just like you see here from that little light, and this is twice the width, so a lot more LEDs than that light that I'm using right now. So I'm pretty excited about this. So what I really want to do now is just go down in my workshop and do a little test video, pretend I'm working on something or whatever. Maybe I'll just show off one of my bikes to you guys or something. So let's go do that. Okay, so here we are. I've just got the single light on. It's pretty dark. You can't see crap really, right? And then I have this light, which is kind of what I've been using. So that helps quite a bit. But it's not ideal. It's okay when I'm filming at a distance like this. But when I want to get up close and kind of show you the details of the bike while I'm working on them, this light that's mounted on the camera will really help. The camera I'm using right now is actually my GoPro. I was using my cell phone before, which is a Pixel 5, which I haven't really shown you yet, but the Pixel 5 has this new 3-camera arrangement. The Pixel 4 had this too, but apparently this has a couple of different cameras than 4 did. But I really like this phone, and it does a pretty impressive job filming and getting messages. Anyway, so that's the phone. This video isn't about the phone. I'm using my GoPro Hero 7, and if you haven't noticed, I got my little mic here wired up, and so the Rode Pro goes down here. And I'm not sure if you can see this, if I have the right range in the camera, but the 3.5 goes in there and comes up here. So hopefully the sound's a little better. Like if I do this, does it go make all this noise? I guess we'll find out in a few seconds. Anyway, so let's test the light out on the camera. First thing I'm gonna do is turn this off. Then we'll come over here and we're going to turn this one on. This is the small light that came with the camera kit. I'm going to turn it up, and so it kind of helps, but at a distance it's not really that effective, and that's not really what I want to use it for. I want to use it for when I'm doing closer shots. So like when I was working on the crank or something like that, I want you to be able to see the detail and not get a lot of shadows and all of that. So if I come over here and get closer, like I'm gonna work on the crank, you can see a lot more detail there, and it's a lot better. Even if I turn this light off, yep, that looks pretty good. Actually, it's kind of neat this way. So you can see a lot more detail. So if I'm working on this or talking about it or whatever, it's pretty cool. And I remember when I was wanting to work on my disc brake, it's kind of on the opposite side of my bike. Now with this light on top of the camera, if I was to come over here and go, oh yeah, check out the disc brake, and I'm still mounted on the tripod, which is kind of silly, but this light just lights everything up in this area. So when I'm talking about it, talking about adjusters or whatever I want to talk about, you can see it. It's pretty impressive. So lighting is everything in filming, and I'm kind of realizing that as I evolve my channel. And so what I want to do now is let's go get that bigger light, the one that's twice the size of this one, and play around with the lighting a little bit and see how well that works. Okay, here we are. I got the other light on here. Let's just hold this button down, turn it on. It's at 100%. Let's turn this light off and see what it does. That's a lot brighter. Wow, that's pretty impressive. And this is farther away. I don't really know. Well, I guess once I get it on the computer, you know, if I'm sitting here talking, how well that is. When I turn this light on, it might be a little better. You get a few different angles of light, but it definitely seems like a lot better, and it's always going to follow my camera. So if I move my camera, the light's going to go with it. Of course, it's on the tripod, so it's a lot harder, but if I wanted to talk about the front end or show you the hub, I mean, look at that. It just lights everything up as I move the camera around. I like this. You know, this is going to make vlogging life or YouTube video life, whatever you want to call it, a lot easier. So as I go around the bike, you can just really see the detail because of this light. Super impressive. Yeah. So I know last week when I was trying to show the brake and the brace and stuff, the lighting just wasn't that great, but this is impressive. Like, I love it. So that's really all I wanted to talk about today. Set this back over here, find a good position. This is kind of how I want to do things from now on, and I'm really just trying to step up the quality of my channel. And for people that like to geek out with this kind of stuff, there you have it. It's pretty sweet. I really like this bike. That's why I chose to put this in the stand and show it to you. I have a a video of me at the track on this bike. So go check it out, and please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.